Welcome everybody, we're getting into the next game. This is the third game of one of the most intense series I have ever seen in my entire life. The first game, half-hour long. The second game, non-stop aggression. We have now got a nice GLHF Heart from GoSu.YaTa, who is the opponent of FnaticRC.ToD. FnaticRC.ToD, it's GoSu.YaTa. Thank you so much for this amazing series. We're going to be going on Cloud Kingdom for this third map. The second map was Antigua Shipyard, where we saw incredible amounts of aggression from FnaticRC.ToD. He goes for the gas steal. YaTa then goes for a Stargate play off of one gas, which is so unexpected, but could lead into a very powerful kind of Zealot, Phoenix-y kind of all-in, which would be incredibly powerful if it wasn't for ToD going for a fast 3-gate pressure into 4-gate Blink Stalker play, which is a beautiful and perfect read by ToD's part to go ahead and just destroy YaTa's attempt at Phoenix play. YaTa could never get a foothold in getting that build order out there because you do need a little bit of time, but he held amazingly well, and one of his downfalls was just having an Artosis pylon that was powering his 2 warp gates along with his Stargate at the beginning of the game, and that really hurt him in terms of being able to, well, defend and get out some kind of units. So, on that note, we had the first game going up in a much different fashion. Huge macro game, 30-minute long game where YaTa never builds a single Colossus and ends up denying ToD's third base until after the 20-minute mark. That's when ToD finally got his third base up, and YaTa played amazingly well in that macro game, perfectly, impeccably, and incredibly impressively. So now who knows what's going to be happening in this game? Because we have a long game. I'm going to go ahead and just straight out favor YaTa. If we go into a short game, I'm going to flat out favor ToD. That's what we've seen in the first 2 games of this series, and now anything goes, because take a look at the fact that YaTa hasn't gotten gas stolen. ToD is just now coming in here, very late scout. He basically did that as late as you really can, except for YaTa, who's actually going to do it later. He's just throwing down his cybernetics core and just making me a full liar when I said as late as possibly can. I think that's just me getting too caught up in the game, not quite looking at the game timer. But look at YaTa. He's got 4 guys in his gas geyser, which is a great move to do. He's going to be able to get out a nice count of gateways with this, because he's going to be able to increase his mineral income by 80 minerals per minute by having 2 guys off of those gas geysers. Gives him a little bit more of an income in terms of gas, so he can get out a better, healthier count of stalkers earlier on, more efficiently, less zealots, more micro capabilities with that army composition that he'll be able to go for. Now ToD has his double gas up, but I really wanted to stress the fact that this is a completely different scenario in terms of the games that we've seen because of the lack of gas steal from YaTa. That's an extra 75 minerals for ToD, and it's an extra whole ton of gas for YaTa. And now we're going to be able to see how he's going to utilize that, because it seems like he's going to go for a build order that he's really comfortable with. As you can see, he's now got 6 guys mining from his gases, 2 gates going down, which kind of makes me think I can go for a Robo or a fast Blink Stalkers. Because there's a really strong 2-gate Blink Stalker build that you can go for. And look at that! YaTa manages to plop down a pylon in there. It's not going to be able to be used, but it's going to just force the Stalker back for a little bit and possibly give YaTa some time and some scare tactics. But he's got a Zealot and a Sentry, which now makes me think he's not going to... Yeah, he's definitely not going. What am I talking about? Blink Stalkers? No, YaTa's going for a ton of Sentries. But it's going to go Robo. I'm kind of expecting to go for a big Robo Sentry thing, kind of like you can see in PvZ, where you have that all-in 3 immortal, massive amounts of Sentry, big, deadly push type of play. And he's probably going to utilize that against ToD, because you're not going to be able to deny the force fields as the other Protoss, because you're probably not going to have Colossi or Archons out in time to deal with that kind of a play. And your answer to Sentries and Immortals would actually be Zealots. It would literally be Zealots. But you kind of need to be able to crush the force fielding that would happen from the opponent. Because if you can kill those force fields, then all of a sudden the beautiful ability to corner and trap units with the sentries becomes irrelevant, because you can't use force fields when you have Archons in play. But now we do see that ToD's going for a Robo and gateways, and with this very fast base from him, he's got an opportunity to actually go for the sentry count of his own to deal with YaTa. But YaTa's got a really important time to get hit in the next couple minutes to just go ahead and kill ToD. If YaTa can do that, that'll be a really nice thing to do. But if ToD can pull out another 2 or 3 gateways and produce off of those along with this Robo, he's got an opportunity just to be able to overwhelm YaTa, because when you're heavy in sentries, you're not very heavy in terms of damage. You don't have that much DPS. So if you can just shut down and just completely nullify... Oh, Robo Bay! Oh, YaTa's going for a Colossus play. He's got an Immortal coming out. He could hit a... Okay, there's a really weird push out there. You can hit with an Immortal and a Colossus, no range or anything, and you then becomes a question of your opponent, what do I actually want to target fire? Do I target fire the Immortal? Do I target fire the Colossi? What do I do? Which is the bigger threat? And then you die, and it's really bad. That's probably kind of a nonchalant way to put it, but ToD's going to have to be really careful about how he controls, because he's very low on units at the moment. He's still just on 3 gates and a Robo with 2 bases he's trying to support. While that's the exact same building set for YaTa, but YaTa is going to be having a Colossus and an Immortal with the push, which is really powerful. And it looks like his observer's going to be pushing forward. So he sees this. He sees the finished expo. He sees all of that, and he's going to know he's going to have to push very shortly, because there's still no base from YaTa. He may just go ahead and throw down the expansion while he pushes, so that he has something to fall back on, because then he can maybe deny the expansion from ToD, just kill it completely, pull back, and he'll have 2 bases to ToD's 1 base, and then he'll be able to win with just his second push. Like, that's a very logical plan that he could go ahead and try and employ as well. But at the moment, ToD and these guys are just looking to be trying to macro up. But ToD's got a few Immortals now in the mix, and Colossus is there. We're going to be having another Colossus coming in for YaTa. He's going to go for 4 gate. Okay, this is another really good thing that I like, because the thing about having these 4 gateways out and you make them into warp gates is that you attack with your, in this case, 2 Colossus and an Immortal, and you reinforce with the 4 gate. It's your maximum amount of instantaneous added DPS, which is a really awkward way to put it, but it's really true. And, ooh, ToD actually managed to pick off that probe. Good, just awareness. He knows the push is probably coming, so he's going to be perfectly ready for that. His observer's running around. He's fully aware of the fact that there's no expansion, which is why he's got a scout with those stalkers to make sure he's not going to get hit overly hard. But now we can see this army is getting seen away base attack. Oh, looks like ToD tried to throw down a pylon in the hidden area. But ToD's got to spread his units. He's got to try and just completely make the Colossus splash worthless. But putting that pylon down actually delayed this Colossus for a very long time. And there is going to be the spread. We've got a nice spread from ToD, and ToD needs to actually go around the other side. He can't engage over here, but the Colossus being in the front is really key, because it means Force Fields will not be able to be used against the Zealots. The Colossus was in back. The Zealots will have a few bumbling seconds around Force Fields before the Colossus can kill it, and that brings the Colossus in range of these Immortals. But 4 Immortals right now. If ToD can focus fire correctly, he should be able to defend this, and there we see him pushing forward. We see Forces going down for YaTa. The Zealots are actually getting a good bit of engagements. They're actually doing a nice bit of damage, killing off an Immortal over there. ToD is going to try and defend this, but these Colossi are still alive. They're taking no damage, and we're just having unsupported Immortals pretty much, and they're not actually attacking the Colossi. They're hitting basically nothing, and YaTa is pushing forward, doing a really strong push, and it looks like he even still has his Immortal alive in the mix. The shields are gone for the Immortal, but this is a ridiculous amount of damage. We've got 2 Colossi and an Immortal, and he's going to go ahead and just ignore this base and just push in. ToD's being forced to pull off some probes. We've got Forces going down. This is looking to be really bad for ToD, as the Colossi and the Immortal still being alive is terrible for him. Those are the units that need to be called and dealt. Yeah, but there is GG. Fnatic raid call ToD gets taken out by its GoSu.YaTa in a very good series. And this last game, very simple. Once again, a straightforward game, not quite as extravagant as the last game was, but it was just a simple plan of, oh, I see you expand. Alright, I'm going to go for 2 Colossi and Immortal, do a really awkward push, hit you at a very vulnerable time when you don't have any AoE or anything, and I will just win. So very well done by YaTa, well done by ToD, and we will be seeing that YaTa is going to be moving on, and ToD will not.